Good morning to you. Yesterday was a big day in the weather calendar. It was Groundhog Day. It's an infamous one in America where the groundhog punks the torn. It's actually been 105 times he's done that, 20 times he hasn't. And if you want to know if we had a groundhog in the UK here, it would have jumped out, it would have seen cloudy skies, and it would have stayed out, meaning that spring is more likely to arrive. But weather-wise for the coming days for us, a distinct change to things turning colder. A weather front slipped southwards, a tumble in temperatures, and the outlook more unsettled with cloud, wind and rain. First thing this morning, cloudy skies and rain for northern areas, and it means it's a mild start with overcast skies for many of us. But the promise of more sunshine than we saw yesterday. So sunny spells developing across most of the UK today. A bright, breezy afternoon to come. Temperatures above average, 10 to 13 degrees. But through this evening and overnight, a band of rain in the north slowly slips its way southwards. So wet and windy night to come for some of us. Good morning to you. Some big changes to come with our weather as we head through the next few days. We've had high pressure, we've had lots of dry weather, but as we head through the coming days, it is set to turn colder. Low pressure sits to our north, weather front slips southwards, colder tomorrow and into the weekend. There's a chance of rain for all of us in the north on Saturday and in the south on Sunday. And we keep this succession of weather fronts moving through that actually we're picking up from the other side of the Atlantic, where there's some huge storms, about 130 million people in America at the moment under winter storm warnings with huge amounts of snowfall. That'll be a big story through the next few days. But for us for today, it is still windy. But for most of us, it is dry until we see rain in the northwest later. Starting off cloudy this morning, and it's the cloud that makes such a difference at this time of year. Overcast grey skies. Yes, it's a miserable sight, but it means that temperatures starting at 7 or 8 degrees first thing this morning. As we head through the day, the cloud will lift and break. More sunshine, I think, than we've seen over the last few days. Sunny spells, particularly for England, Wales and Northern Ireland. And look at these temperatures. We're looking at 10 to 13, maybe even 14 degrees. Rain across the far northwest, and it's this rain that'll be heavy through this evening and overnight tonight. So this band of rain slips its way southwards. Along with it, some gusty winds. Behind it, cold air moves in, and that brings the chance of some sleet and snow. Really disappointing because a lot of clear skies tonight, turning much colder in the north. The last few nights we've seen the northern lights, but it's been too cloudy for many of us. But overnight tonight, I'm afraid no chance of seeing the northern lights, but colder, frosty in the north, still cloudy and mild in the south. And as we head through tomorrow, that weather front journeys its way southwards. So let's take a look at our 7-day outlook for Scotland, Northern Ireland and for northern areas of England. This is your trend for the next 7 days to show you what is happening, for helping you plan ahead. Temperature-wise, sitting around about above average for today. A big drop tomorrow. You'll notice how much colder it is before those temperatures look set to recover as we head through the weekend and on into next week. Looking at our percentage chance of rainfall, we can see nearly every single day there's weather symbols of rain. It doesn't mean it's set to be a washout. It's later today a high chance of seeing wet weather in the northwest. With the colder tomorrow, the chance of a few wintry showers. Another band of rain to start the weekend before it clears away as we head towards the end of the weekend, but staying pretty unsettled with rain most likely for the far northwest. Looking at fortunes further south for England and Wales for the next 7 days. Again, temperature-wise, we sit way above average for today. 11 is our average high. We could get to 13, but a big drop, a noticeably colder feel as we head through tomorrow. But the outlook remains largely mild. And also looking at our percentage chance of rainfall, it actually remains largely dry as well. The chance of a few showers tomorrow, a few outbreaks of rain on Sunday, then the outlook largely dry. Good morning to you. Well, the weather is set to brighten up after a bit of a grey, miserable start first thing this morning. High pressure has been close by, keeping things largely dry. Weather front moves through overnight tonight. Much colder for all of us tomorrow into the weekend. Weather fronts return. The outlook is isobars close together, meaning wind at times. Weather fronts moving through, meaning rain at times. Not a washout by any means. And in between, there'll be some sunshine. So basically every type of weather to come through the next few days. So here's the detail. Fairly windy, mostly dry, but turning wet and windy from the north later. This morning, it starts off cloudy, grey, dull, drizzly in the west. But it's mild. Temperatures starting at 7 or 8 degrees, more like where they should be by day for this time of year. But grab those sunglasses and a thicker coat because it'll be breezy today. But sunshine returns, sunny skies, dry for most of us today. 11 to 13 degrees, our top temperature, way above where it should be for the time of year. This evening, though, it turns wet and windy across the northwest. This is a cold front, and behind that, it is set to turn much colder, so a notable drop in temperatures by tomorrow. Good morning to you. It's a cloudy start to the day today, but skies will soon brighten with then some rain across the northwest later when it turns pretty windy. Overcast, yes, starting temperatures 7, maybe 8 degrees. And yes, it may be grey and grim initially with drizzle in the west, but skies will soon brighten. So largely dry, sunny spells take us through the day, bright and breezy with winds from the southwest and temperatures climbing way above average, 11 to 13 degrees. But across the northwest, it turns increasingly wet and windy as we head through the day. This is a colder for all of us by tomorrow. Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. If it's cloudy where you are this morning, the promise of more sunshine as we head through the afternoon. Then it turns windy and then it turns wet. But this is how it looks first thing. Overcast, grey, dull, but starting temperatures are 7 or 8 degrees, so exceptionally mild thanks to that blanket of cloud. But through the day, the breeze from the southwest helps to break up that cloud, so plenty more sunshine than we've seen over the last few days. Look at these temperatures. We're talking 11 to 13 degrees. That is way above average, but from the northwest, it turns increasingly wet and windy, and behind that, it is set to turn much colder tomorrow. Ben and Susanna.